Okay, welcome back, guys. Today's lesson is going to be over circle vocabulary. The first definition is a circle is the set of all points in a plane that are equidistant. So we have the word equidistant from the center of the circle. This means that all the points are going to be the same distance away from your center points. The second term is area. Area is the number of square units inside of a circle. Formula is A equals pi r squared. The circumference is the perimeter, distance, or length around the edge of a circle. There are two formulas. C equals 2 times pi times r, which is the radius, or circumference is equal to the diameter times pi, because 2 radii is equal to 1 diameter. The next term, radius, is a line segment whose endpoints are the center of a circle and a point on the circle. The diameter is a line segment that has endpoints on a circle and passes through the center of a circle. A chord is a line segment whose endpoints lie on the circle. So notice how point A is on the edge of the circle and point B is on the edge of the circle. When you connect points A and B, we have a chord. All right. A secant is a line that intersects a circle at exactly 2 points. Now, the difference between a chord and a secant is that a chord stops at the edge of the circle, but your secant will continue in both directions. The second term is tangent. A tangent is a line that intersects a circle at exactly 1 point. Okay, this point is called the point of tangency. Okay, a tangent line is perpendicular to the radius of a circle. Okay, so those of us that have forgotten, perpendicular means that it forms a 90-degree angle. So if you notice, I have my radius r, I have my tangent line. When the radius and the tangent line intersect, they form a 90-degree angle. A minor arc measures less than 180 degrees, and it is named with 2 points. The example that we have to the right has points A and points B. So we would name this arc using our notation AB. A major arc measures greater than 180 degrees. It is named with 3 points. So in our example to the right, we have point F. We would need one more point in between points F and G. For example, I could say I, and we would name this arc FIG, or you can name it GIS. A semicircle measures exactly 180 degrees. It is also named with 3 points. Now notice that in the example to the right, you have your diameter. Okay? Your diameter splits the circle in half. Half a circle is 180 degrees. So once again, I have my points D and E, but I need at least one more point to name the semicircle. I'm going to use A. So once again, I would name this arc BAE or EAB. A segment is a region of a circle bounded by a chord and the intercepted arc. So we have our segment right here. That's our chord. The area in between the chord and the arc of the circle is your segment. A sector is a region of a circle bounded by 2 radii. Radii is plural for radius, and their intercepted arc. So I have one radius on the left, I have another radius on the right. The area in between is the sector. Central angle is an angle whose sides are formed by 2 radii and whose vertex is the center of the circle. So looking at our example to the right, I have a radius on the top, I have a radius on the bottom. The center is also the vertex of the angle, and the angle measurement is equal to the measurement of the arc. An inscribed angle is an angle whose sides are formed by 2 chords and whose vertex is on the circle. So looking at our example to the right, point B is the vertex. I have chord BA and I have chord BC. The angle in between is the inscribed angle. Now, to find the measurement of an inscribed angle, you will divide the arc by 2. For example, if my arc measured 60 degrees, I would divide 60 by 2, which gives me a measurement of 30. Therefore, angle ABC is equal to 30 degrees. Now, if you don't have the arc measurements, but you have the angle measurements, you can also multiply the angle by 2 to get the measurement of the arc. The third type of angle is called an interior angle, and it is an angle whose sides are formed by two chords or two secants. Its vertex is inside the circle. So looking at the example to the right, I have my chord BF, I have chord CE. The angle inside would be angle A. And to find its measurements, we would add the first arc plus the second arc divided by 2. To find the interior angle, CAF, which is this angle right here, you will add arc 1 plus arc 2 divided by 2. For example, if this arc was 80 degrees and arc BE was 20 degrees, I would add 80 plus 20 and divide by 2. Well, I'm going to add my numerators, 80 and 20, which equal to 100. 100 divided by 2 is equal to 50. Therefore, angle CAF is equal to 50 degrees. An exterior angle is an angle whose sides are formed by two secants, a secant line, and a tangent line, or it can be formed by two tangent lines. So to the right, we have our examples. We have our two secant lines. We have our secant line and tangent line. And we have our two tangents at the bottom. The exterior angle has a vertex outside the circle. To find the measurement of the exterior angle, we will subtract arc 1 minus arc 2 divided by 2. For example, if I had an arc of 70 degrees and the second arc is 30 degrees, to find the measurement of my exterior angle, I will subtract 70 minus 30 and divide by 2. Make sure that you simplify your numerator first. 70 minus 30 is equal to 40. 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20 degrees. Therefore, the exterior angle, which is the angle on the outside, is equal to 20 degrees. The same formula can be applied for a secant and a tangent line or two tangent lines. I hope you guys learned your circle vocabulary today. If you have any questions, make sure you tune in to the live tutorial sessions. Have a great day.